Have you guys ever heard of this book? Ready Player One? It's fantastic. A friend of mine loaned this book to me recently and said that I would love it, and they were totally right. Ready Player One takes place in the future, but there's a ton of 80s references, but it totally makes sense for the plot. It actually reminds me a little bit of Sword Art Online. There's a virtual reality world that most people are engaged with, and that's where a lot of the plot takes place. So basically in Ready Player One, there's this eccentric billionaire. He's the one that created the Oasis, this big virtual reality playground. And when he dies, in his will he announces a contest. Whoever can figure out the answer to all these riddles and do all these challenges, they're gonna inherit my entire company and my entire fortune. He builds in all these 80s references. There's old 80s games and music. All of it kind of becomes popular again. So it makes it fun for the reader because you know a lot of these references, right? Well, at least I did. The kicker is that the world is in poverty. We live in these stacks of RVs stacked on top of each other because space is so scarce. This gigantic fortune is a huge deal, and people spend years looking for it and don't find anything. Our main protagonist is the first one to discover any of these clues, and things just start taking off from there. The book is a ton of fun. I definitely recommend that you get it. It only came out a few years ago. If you haven't heard of it yet, it's actually a great time to get involved with it. They're actually going to be making a movie of it that is going to be directed by Steven Spielberg, which is awesome. I am very, very excited just to see a movie this, first of all, but also to have Spielberg at the helm. I think it's going to be fantastic. So I highly recommend that you read this book. Alright, get out of here. Go get a book. Doesn't matter if it's this book, just go get a book.